to my channel. I'm obviously a little bit rusty. My name's Irina. If you're already a subscriber here, thank you for being here with me, and welcome to anybody that's new. Today I am going to make a few little changes to my channel because I have for a while kind of done things about shopping and fashion and things like that, and that's probably still going to be a little bit of a part of this channel. But more recently, I felt a lot of passion for something a little bit different, and there are two areas in my life that are super important and probably are to everybody. One of them being my work and my career, and the other one being my health. And I have really struggled in finding any sort of balance between these two. I'm either all work, so 150% and heading for burnout, or I have a break and then I think this is not good for me, and how am I going to be okay in my time off. What tends to happen, and I've noticed this more recently, is when I do have a break and I give myself a little bit of time off because I've worked so hard and overdone things, I end up being either sick or too exhausted to do anything nice and really enjoy my time off. And I come back to this realization every time I have that break, and then I go right back into just overdoing things work-wise. So I wanted to talk about this because I don't know whether it's a very common thing, and I presume it probably is, but I would love to know if other people struggle with this sort of balance. And it's not that I'm trying to achieve like a million things at once. I have a job and a career that I really am happy with and I love. But I just want to have a good sort of balance between that and giving myself the space and the time and the right tools to recover from the work that I put in. And being good at my job is also going to be impacted by the way I feel health-wise. And I have noticed this because when I start to feel overwhelmed or burnt out or whatever, I do find that my performance is not at its best. So I'm on a bit of a mission now to try and create, I guess, a life that's kind of incorporating both of these things, because I know I'm good at anything I put my mind to, but I also need to make sure that I have a long life ahead of me and that I'm supporting myself, my own health and my relationships and all of the things that keep me whole and good. And I do speak to people and I come across people, and I feel like there is this general sort of underlying feeling that's very similar to mine. And anybody that's kind of, really career focused, or I've basically come across more people that feel the way I do. And so I would like to concentrate my channel a little bit more on the kind of things that I'm doing, and really just to maybe even keep myself accountable to the things that I say I'm going to do. And I would like to commit to this purely because I really think there's nothing that's going to be more important than our health going forward. And I know the pandemic should have taught me this lesson, and I feel it has, but it's not an overnight lesson. It's something that I am relearning, and I'd like to get to a point where I've really solidified that in my mind. So this video is really to invite anybody that's I guess feeling the same or having these same sort of processes in their mind, that they would like to find a better way of doing things. And I am going to show up and kind of show what works for me and what doesn't, perhaps. And I'd like to make it as simple as possible for myself. Therefore, I think if I can bring something to someone else's life, a little bit of, I don't know, if they want to go along with me, or if there's anything I can help with in someone else's experience of this one life that we have, I feel like that's going to be worth me doing this. So I very much feel like I'm talking to myself in this, but I hope this makes sense. And I will be coming back with more videos on the things that I've been trying, and there are quite a few things that I feel have helped me. And I will go into detail more as to what's happened recently to really make me just kind of not negotiate as much on this part of on my health more than anything. I'm a very big podcast listener. I'm a very big health freak lately. I guess I want to know how I can look after myself beyond medicine. That's very traditional, you know. I'm not a fan of medication. I really don't want to. And I was listening to a podcast that Stephen Bartlett put out literally today, and Stephen made a comment. It was not really it was a very different topic than health, but he said you can't unbake a cake. And I love this analogy because I often think to myself, we go down the path when it comes to our health of trying different medications, you know, putting things into our bodies that we don't really know the long-term consequences to, but also that we can't really undo anymore. Once you've put that in your body, you've started to bake a cake. It's going to affect things in the body. And it's very difficult to know then how it's going to impact other things. And more recently, I've been listening to a lot of holistic health, I guess, but really understanding the gut and how we can change our health by simply doing the right things ourselves rather than ignoring the good things that actually work for our bodies. There's so much that I have recently listened to and learned about that I just don't feel we've got enough awareness of. Health shouldn't be something we put in the hands of a doctor. Now, when you think about it, it's quite crazy that we don't listen to our own bodies. I mean, first and foremost, our focus isn't health. Our focus is dealing with disease. So it's almost like we wait for disease to do something about anything. When actually, if we thought about things as like health, and if we thought about our like activities and actions throughout our days, throughout, you know, what we put in our mouths, how we run our days, how we schedule things in, if we thought about how am I going to do this today to promote health and to keep me healthy, it would be a very, very different way of life, I believe. Now, I know we're thinking about this way more now, but there's still a very big area of our lives where I was watching an advert the other day. I was watching TV the other day, and there were adverts, and there was all chocolate, it was shampoo, it was, I don't know, just the whole products. It's all products, isn't it? Adverts are all products. Most of the things that are on TV and they're being advertised to people, even on social media, most of the things that were being advertised are full of sugar, are probably containing a lot of toxins, are just not great for us. And I think there's a real big, number one, lack of awareness, but number two, there's a big feed into our brains about lots of things that we probably don't even understand, and we are pumping our bodies full of these things. And I have become a really big believer as I've gotten a bit older in taking ownership of what I'm doing to myself. It's like a form of, you know, am I being good to myself, or am I punishing myself and abusing myself? Whether it's my body, whether it's my, well, it's mostly my body, but just the things that I'm doing, are they conducive to health? And are they conducive to good mental health, good physical health? Are they conducive to me, you know, sleeping well? Are they conducive to me having a good diet? Are they conducive to my body working in the right way? And I've become very, very passionate about this. Perhaps it's an age thing, but I certainly have noticed, you know, health things that I think when we're young and we can overcome things very easily, you don't really think this way. But as I've gotten older and I've noticed things impact me very differently health-wise now, I think I have come to the realization that I need to make my health much bigger of a priority. So I would like on this channel to kind of steer on that path a little bit more. And I by no means am saying that I know everything or that I'm perfect or that I'm going to preach to people. I simply want to share the kind of things that have worked for me and how they've impacted me, whether they've been good or sometimes bad, because even good things, sometimes they may not be the right things for us. So if you feel intrigued by this, and if you want to stick with me on this journey that I'm going to go on, I would encourage that you subscribe and watch my videos as they come in. I will be sharing with you guys resources as well. So whether it's a webinar, whether it's books that I'm reading, whether it's anything like that, that I feel I can share some kind of nuggets of wisdom that perhaps you might want to look at or you might want to implement in your own life. I'm going to do that with you. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing with this channel, and I really hope there'll be some of you that follow. And yeah, I really wish everybody to just live their best life, whether it's by making small changes, and I do really believe that it's usually small changes that are gonna you know, I don't like overwhelming myself with things, because I have tried in the past where I've tried to just like overhaul everything and I failed miserably, and I just went back to the same things. But I know there are small things that when done consistently, they can create quite a big change in terms of our overall health and well-being. So I'm very excited to go on this journey and share it with you guys. So if you like the sound of that, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video as we go down this road. Have a great have a great day, everybody, and or evening or night, wherever you are, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.